Good morning, students. Am I audible?
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, so the topic for today's discussion is based first search.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
I hope you are prepared for that. But before that, we have already gone through several blind search techniques that I want you to recall, and they are what: breadth first search technique, depth first search technique, then iterative deepening search technique, and before that, actually, what we have, depth limited search technique. So basically, breadth first search technique and depth first search techniques. These are the fundamentals of this blind search techniques. And you also know that blind search techniques means what? Blind search techniques means what? You are not actually aware with the idea that these are the different nodes or where you need to conduct the searches. Okay, you are not aware with the domain, right? So this is the what I can say, recap of those things that we have discussed. So now we can start today's topic. That is the
Sir,
base for
roll number
search.
wise.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So we can start now, right?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Okay. Roll number one. Nandana. Okay, Nandana is not. Ashik, mute kora tume. Roll number two, Ratul. Ratul.
গৌতম
Hello.
হেল্ল'
Koa.
গৌতম
Hmm.
বেলেগক দিবা কোৱাচোন, মোৰ অলপ টাইম লাগিব দেই,
আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে হ'ব।
মই অলপ
Okay.
পাছত দি আছো।
Okay, roll number three, Bilas Nai, four, Amlanu Nai. Okay. Roll number five, Mohit Dilal. Okay, I am presenting. So, is my screen?
My sound to অহা নাই গৌতম।
Rubber. Wait. Is my screen visible?
Yes, now it is visible.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. Myself, Gautam Bashar from Integrated MSc IT 5th Sem. So, today topic is best first search in AI, artificial intelligence. So, first is what is best first search? The best first search uses the concept of a priority queue and heuristic queue. To search the graph space, the BFS method uses two lists for tracking the traversal: an open list which keeps track of the current immediate nodes available for traversal, and closed list that keeps track of the nodes already traversed. Then the next is best first search algorithm. Suppose create two empty lists, open and close. Start from the initial node. Suppose you can say it as an N and put it in the ordered open list. Repeat the next step until goal node is reached. If open list is empty, then exit the loop returning false. Select the first or the top node, say N, and in the open list and move it to the closed list. Also capture the information of the parent node. If N is a goal node, then move the node to the closed list and exit the loop returning true. The solution can be found by backtracking the path. If N is not the goal node, expand node N to generate the immediate next node linked to the node N and also those to the open list. Reorder their nodes in the open list in ascending order according to an evaluation function N. This algorithm will traverse the shortest path first in the queue. The time complexity of the algorithm is given by O n star log n. This is the time complexity of this algorithm, O n star log n. And now the variance of fast bridge search. The two variants of fast bridge search are, there are two variants are there. First one is the greedy based first search and A star based first search. BFS algorithm selects the path which appears to be the best. It can be known as the combination of depth first search and breadth first search. Greedy BFS makes use of heuristic function and such allows us to take advantage of both algorithms. There are various ways to identify the best node for traversal, and accordingly there are various flavors of BSF algorithm with different heuristic evaluation function. We will cover two most popular version of the algorithm in this blog. That is namely, first one is the greedy based first search and A star based first search. So let's say we want to drive from city S to city E in the shortest possible road distance, and we want to do it in the fastest way by exploring the least number of cities in the way, that is the least number of steps. Whenever we arrive at an immediate city, we go to know the year or flight distance from that city to our goal city E. This distance is an approximation of how close we are to the goal from a given node and is denoted by heuristic function. This heuristic value is mentioned within each node. However, note that this is not always equal to the actual road distance, as the road may have many curves while moving up a hill and many more. Also, when we travel from one node to the other, we get to know the actual road distance between the current city and the immediate next city on the way. And is mentioned over the parts in the given figure. The sum of the distance from the start city to each of these immediate next city is denoted by function gn. So at any point of time, the decision on which city to go next is governed by our evaluation function. The city which gives the least value for this evaluation function will be explored first. There is the only difference between greedy BFS and A star BFS in the evaluation function is, for greedy BFS, the evaluation function is function n is equal to hn. And while for the A star BFS, the evaluation function is function n is equal to gn plus hn. Essentially, since A star BFS is more optimal of the two approaches, as it also takes into consideration the total distance traveled so far, that is gn. The advantage and the disadvantage of fast bridge search. So the advantage is can switch between BFS and DFS, thus gaining the advantage of both. See, you can see here the difference between BFS and DFS. It can gain the advantage of both, even though I have said in the variance of base first. Then the next one is more efficient when compared to DFS. And the disadvantage is that chances of getting stuck in a loop are higher. So thank you. Okay. Then after me, Himanshu,
Yes, yes.
you start. Himanshu.
My screen is visible. Bottom.
Yeah, visible.
Mm. So, good morning, sir, and good morning, everyone. My name is Himangsu Nath. I am from Integrated MSIT 5th SEM. So today I am going to present the topic is called BFS. Best first search, informed search. What is best first search? In BFS and DFS, when we are at a node, we can consider any of the adjacent as next node. So both BFS and DFS blindly explore paths without considering any cost function. The idea of best first search is to use an evaluation function to decide which adjacent is most promising and then explore. Best first search falls under the category of heuristic search or informed search. So we use a priority queue cost of nodes. So the implementation is a variation of BFS. We just need to change queue to priority queue. So here, base for search graph Z node start. Firstly, we create a empty priority queue where priority queue, and secondly insert start in PQ. PQ where PQ dot insert start, and thirdly until priority queue is empty where u equal to priority queue dot delete min. If u is the goal, exit else for its neighbor v of u. If v unvisited, then mark v visited. So pq dot insert. Here in this example, we start from source A and search for goal I using given cost and best first search. So queue initially contains S. We remove S from the from and process unvisited neighbors of S to PQ. So PQ now contains A, C, B, and C is put before B because C has lesser cost. So we remove A from PQ and process unvisited neighbors of A to PQ. So PQ now contains C, B, E, D. So we remove C from PQ and process unvisited neighbors of C to PQ. So PQ now contains B, H, E, D. So we remove B from PQ and process unvisited neighbors of B to PQ. So PQ now contains H, E, D, F, G. So we remove H from PQ since our goal I is a neighbors of H. Finally, and so thank you, sir, and thank you, everyone. I'm ending here. Thank you. Hello.
Okay, Himanshu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, after Himanshu, Sajid,
Yes, Gautam. Wait.
you can present.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, Sajid, visible.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Sajid, and I'm here to deliver a presentation on base for search algorithm. So let's start. So first we will go through the outline. In this we have introduction, then we will be discussing on base for search algorithm, then advantage and disadvantage, and lastly an example of base for search algorithm. So in the introduction part, greedy base for search algorithm always selects the path which appears best at the moment. It is the combination of depth for search and breadth for search algorithm. It uses the heuristic function and search. Base for search allows us to take the advantage of both algorithms. With the help of base for search, at each step, we can choose the most promising node. Uh, in the base for search algorithm, we expand the node which is closest to the goal node, and the closest cost is estimated by heuristic function, that is fn equal to gn, where h hn equal to estimated cost from node n to the goal. The greedy base first algorithm is implemented by the priority queue. Now, uh, now what is base first algorithm? The base first algorithm is a search algorithm which explores a graph by expanding the most promising node chosen according to a specific rule. This specific type of search is called grid. This specific type of search is actually called greedy first search or pure heuristic search. Now, coming to the next slide. Base first search algorithm. So how to do this? So in the first step, we will place the starting node into the open list. Then in next step, if the open list is empty, stop and return failure. Now in the third step, remove the node n from the open list which has the lowest value of hn and place it in the closed list. Now in the fourth step, expand the node n and generate the successors of node n. Check uh, check each successor of node n and find whether any node is a goal node or not. If any successor node is goal node, then return success and terminate the search, else proceed to step 6. Now in the step 6, for each successor node, algorithm checks for evaluation function fn and then check if the node has been in either open or closed list. If the node has not been in both lists, then add it to the open list. Now the now the step now now the step 2 is again done in the step 7, that is to return to the step 2. In this way the best first search algorithm is done. Now this here are the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are base first search can switch between BFS and DFS by gaining the advanced both of the by gaining the advantages of both the algorithms. Now base BFS is base first search, as you know that, and but DFS is depth first search algorithm. So the next point is this algorithm is more efficient than BFS and DFS, as I've said this only. The disadvantages are it can behave as an unguided depth first search in the worst case scenario. Then next point is it can get stuck in a loop as DFS. This algorithm is not optimal. Now coming to an example, here you can see a table with a example that consider a below search problem, and we will traverse it using greedy first search. At each iteration, each node is expanded using evaluation function fn equal to hn, which is given in the below table. So here you can see the table here. In this search example, we are using two lists which are open and closed lists. Following are the iteration for traversing the above example. So that is expand the nodes of S and put it in the closed list. Iteration open AB comma close S. So here you can see. Then the iteration 1 open A comma close S comma B. In the iteration 2 open E F A and close S B. Then again open EA and close as BF. So you can see. Then in the third iteration, that is iteration 3, open IGEA and close as BF. Again open IEA and close as BFG. So hence the final solution will be S belongs to F, B belongs to F, and F belongs to G. So thank you. I'm stopping my presentation here.
Okay. Thank you, Sajid. Okay. After Sajid, Kiran.
गौतम मेरा थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है मैं बाद में दूंगा
Okay, okay. Okay, Sujan. নন্দনা কোৱা।
মই অকমান মানে নেটৱৰ্কৰ কাৰণে লেটকে জয়েন হলো, মই দি দিওঁ নেকি?
ঠিক আছে, দি দিয়া। Okay, দি দিয়া।
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nandana, and today's discussion topic is base first search. So, base first search is a traversal technique that decides which node is to be visited next by checking which node is the most promising and promising one, and then check it. For this, it uses an evaluation function to decide the traversal. The base first search technique of tree reversal comes under the category of heuristic search and informal search technique. The cost of nodes is stored in a priority queue. This makes implementation of base first search is same as that the breadth first search. We can use the priority queue just like use of a queue for the BFS. And Then the algorithm for base first search. So create two empty lists, open and close. Start from the initial node and put it in the ordered open list. Repeat the next step until the goal node is reached. If open list is empty, then exit the loop returning false. Select the first or top node in the open list and move it to the closed list. Also capture the information of the parent node. If n is a goal node, then move the node of the closed list and exit the loop returning true. The solution can be formed by backtracking the path. If n is not the goal node, expand node n to generate the immediate next node linked to the node n and add all those to the open list. Reorder the node in the open list in ascending order according to an evaluation function fn. Thank you.
Okay, Nandana, thank you. After Nandana, Susan, you are there. Susan. Hello, Susan. Susan. Okay, Susan is not there. Was it? Roll number 13 was it?
गौतम थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा.
Okay, ठीक है. अंशुमान. अंशुमान.
Okay. Screen to is side पर सुना गौतम.
हाँ.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah, visible.
Hi everyone. My name is Angshuman Kagodi and I am from Integrated MSc Diffusion. And my presentation topic is Base First Search. Base First Search is a traversal technique that decides who is not each node is to be
তোমার ভয়েসটো কিন্তু একদম একদম বেয়াকে আহিছে একদম ইকো হৈ আহিছে একদম পুৰা
internet problems है ना. ৰখা মই আকৌ মই হেৰি কৰিছো ৰখা. Okay. Hi everyone. I am Angshuman and my presentation topic is BaseFirstSearch. BaseFirstSearch is a traversal technique that decides which node is to be visited next by checking which node is the most promising one and then check it. For this, it uses an evaluation function to decide that traversal. This BFS technique of traversal comes under the category of heuristic search or informed search technique. The cost of node is stored in the priority queue. This makes implementation of BFS is same as that of DFS. We will use priority queues just like we use a queue for BFS. It is a search algorithm who is explores a graph by expanding the most promising node chosen accordingly to a specified role. And now this is the algorithm for implementing BFS. Step 1, creating a priority queue PQ. Step 2, insert start in PQ. PQ dot insert start. Step 3, delete all elements of PQ one by one. Step 3.1, if the element is full, dot exit. Step 3.2, else neighbors and mark the node of examine. Step 4 and thank you. আজি মোৰ অলপ মানে হেৰি হৈ আছে হা ইন্টাৰনেটটো অলপ প্ৰবলেম দি আছে ঠিক আছে দিয়া
Okay, Anshuman. Thank you. After Anshuman,
okay.
Saiful is not there, I think. Okay, roll number 18. Okay, not there. 21, Sudarshana. Sudarshana is not there. Robert.
গৌতম 5 মিনিট দে মই শ্বেয়াৰ কৰি আছো
Okay. Oh, Robert.
কোৱা
বেলেগ এজনক দি দিব দিও তেতিয়াহলে
তাৰ ৰিলক মই দি আছো
Okay. Farhad, roll number 26, Farhad.
মই বনাই আছো মোৰ 5 মিনিট মোৰ লাগিব 2 মিনিট আৰু
Okay. Kritika, 30, roll number.
Yes.
Okay. Kritika, you can start.
Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is best first search. Best first search is a search algorithm which explores a graph by expanding the most promising node chosen according to a specified rule. It refers specifically to a search that attempts to predict how close the end of a path is to a solution, so that paths which are just to be closer to a solution are extended first. Variants of best first search. There are two variants, greedy best first search and A-star best first search. The greedy BFS algorithm selects the path which appears to be the best. It can be known as the combination of depth first search and breadth first search. It makes use of heuristic function and search and allows us to take advantage of both algorithms. The most important advantage of A-star search algorithm, which separate it from other traversal techniques, is that it has a brain. The Pathfinder algorithms like A-star helps us plan things rather than waiting until discover the problem. There is a disadvantage. It is a bit slower than the other algorithms. Advantage: it can switch between BFS and DFS, thus gaining the advantage of both. It is more sufficient when compared to DFS. Disadvantage: there is a chance of getting stuck in a loop are higher. Sometimes it covers more distance than our consideration. Best for search algorithm. Create two empty list, open and close. Start from the initial node, say n, and put it in the ordered open list. Repeat the next step until goal node is reached. If open list is empty, then exit the loop returning false. Select the first or top node, say n, in the open list and move it to the closed list. Also capture the information of the parent node. If n is a goal node, then move the node to the closed list and exit the loop returning true. The solution can be found by backtracking the path. If n is not the goal node, expand node n to generate the immediate next node, link to node n and add all those to the open list. Reorder the nodes in the open list in ascending order according to an evaluation function fn. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kritika. After Kritika, Ankur, roll number 33.
গৌতম অকমান টাইম লাগিব, অলপ পিছত দি আছো।
Okay. Rock team. Rock team. Okay. Roll number 39, Debashish.
Rock team.
Debashish.
Rakim, are you there or not?
Sir. Okay. Roll
Yes,
number
sir.
30. Debashish, if you want
Okay,
to give.
I'm sharing. Wait.
Okay.
Is my screen visible, Gautam?
Yeah, visible.
Okay. Okay, I got disconnected due to
Gautam.
some bad network connection. Now is it visible?
Yeah, visible.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Debashish Roy, and I am going to present a presentation on best first search. So, before discussing about best first search technique, let's have a look at blind search technique shortly. A blind search, also called as uniform search, is a search that has no information about its domain. The only thing that a blind search can do is distinguish a non-goal state from a goal state. So basically, search algorithm is divided into two parts as uniform or blind search technique and informed blind search technique. So in this presentation, we will be discussing about best first search. So now what is best first search? Best first search algorithm is a greedy best first search algorithm which selects the paths which appears at that moment. It is the combination of depth first search and breadth first search algorithm. It is the heuristic function and search. Best first search allow us to take the advantages of both algorithms. With the help of breadth first search, at each step we can choose the most promising node. In the best first search algorithm, we expand the node which is closest to the goal node, and the closest cost is estimated by heuristic function. Now, best first search algorithm. Place this step one. Place the starting node into the open list. If the open list is empty, stop and return failure. Remove the node n from the open list which has the lowest value of h stands to n and which places is called closed list. Expand the node n and generate the successors of node n. Check each successors of node n and find whether any node is goal node or not. If the successor node is goal node, then return the success and terminate the search, else proceed to step number 6. For each successor node, algorithm checks for evolution function f, and then it checks if the node has been the either open or closed list. If the node has not been in both lists, then add to the open list. Now the advantages are best first search can switch between BFS and DFS by gaining the advantages of both the algorithm. The algorithm is more efficient than BFS and DFS algorithm. Disadvantages: it can behave as an unguided depth first search. In the worst case scenario, it can stuck in the loop as DFS. This algorithm is not optimal. So that is my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, Devashish, thank you.
Hello, Gautam.
Hello.
Robert, কোৱা?
মই share কৰি দিছো।
Okay, Robert.
Hello, screen দেখিছা?
Yes, skin visible.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So I am Robert Kaur from Integrated MSCIT 5th SEM. So today our topic of discussion is best first search. So what is best first search? If you consider searching as a form of traversal in a graph, a uniform space algorithm would blindly traverse to the next node in a given manner without considering the cost associated with the step. An informed search like best first search, on the other hand, would use an evaluation function to decide which among the various available nodes is the most promising or best before traversing to that node. The best first search uses the concept of priority queue and heuristic search. To search the graph space, the BFS method uses two lists for tracking the traversal: an open list which keeps track of the current immediate nodes available for traversal, and closed list that keeps track of the nodes already traversed. Variants of best first search. The two variants of best first search are greedy best first search and A star best first search. The greedy best BFS algorithm selects the path which sorry. The greedy BFS select the path which appears to the best. It can be known as the combination of depth best first search, the depth first search, and breadth first search. Greedy BFS makes use of heuristic function in search and allows us to take advantage of both algorithms. There are various ways to identify the best node for traversal. Accordingly, there are various flavors of BFS algorithm with different heuristic evaluation functions (FN). We will cover the two most popular versions of the algorithm, namely greedy best first search and A-star best first search. Let us say we want to drive from city S to city E in the shortest period road distance, and we want to do it in the fastest way by exploring the least number of cities in the way. That is the least number of steps. Whenever we arrive at an intermediate city, we get to know the air or flight distance from the city to our goal city E. The distance is an approximation of how close we are to the goal from a given node and is denoted by the heuristic function Hn. The heuristic value is mentioned within each node. However, note that this is not always equal to the actual road distance, as the road may have many curves while moving up a hill and more. Also, when we travel from one node to the other, we get to know the actual road distance between the current city and the intermediate next city on the way and is mentioned over the paths in the given figure. The sum of the distance from the start city to the start city to each of these intermediate next city is denoted by the function gn. At any point, the discussion on which city to go next is governed by our evaluation function. The city which gives the least value for the evaluation function will be explored first. The only difference between greedy BFS and A star BFS is in the evaluation function. For greedy BFS, the evaluation function is Fn is equal to Hn, while for A star, the evaluation function is Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn. Essentially, A star is more optimal in the two process as it also takes in consideration the total distance traveled so far, that is Gn. Advantages and disadvantages of best first search. Advantages: one, can switch between BFS and DFS, thus gaining the advantages of both. And two, more efficient than compared to DFS when compared to DFS. Disadvantages: chances of getting stuck in a loop are higher. That's all. Thank you.
Robert,
Gautam,
thank you.
Gautam,
কোৱা ৰাতুল
মই
কোৱা।
কৈছো হা, মই অথনি মানে
Okay, ৰাতুল দিয়া পেন।
দেখি পাইছে স্ক্ৰীনটো? হেল্ল' হেল্ল'।
দেখিছো।
Visible.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ratul Chetri. I am from Integrated MSCIT 5th SEM, and my topic is best for first search. Best first search. Best first search is a search algorithm which explores a graph by expanding the most promising node chosen according to a specified rule. Jyoti described best search first search as estimating the promise of node n by a. Heuristic evaluation function, which in general may depend on the description of n. The description of the goal, the information gathered by the search up to that point, and most important on any extra knowledge about the problem domain. Some authors have used best first search to refer especially to a search with a heuristic that attempts to predict how close the end of a path is to a solution. So that paths which are just to be closer to a solution are extended first. The specific type of search is called greedy best first search or pure heuristic search. Efficient selection of current best candidate for extension is typically implemented using a priority way. Oi Gautam, মোৰ আজি ইমানে হলা means মোৰ অলপ নেটৱৰ্কৰ প্ৰব্লেম। হেল্ল' গৌতম, হেল্ল'
Problem. Okay.
হেল্ল' ৰবট,
Abhishek.
গৌতম।
Yeah, no, no, no problem. No problem.
প্ৰব্লেম দি আছে চাগে, ঠিক আছে।
Okay, Dibyansh, you will give the presentation. Roll number 40, Dibyansh.
ৰখা এক ছেকেণ্ড ৰখা।
Okay.
গৌতম
কোৱা।
দি আছো ৰখা মই প্ৰেজেন্টেচন।
Okay.
স্ক্ৰীনটো দেখি পাইছা? হেল্ল'।
Visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss on the topic best first search. Best first search uses the concept of a priority query and heuristic search. It is a search algorithm that works on a specific rule. The aim is to reach the search from initially. If we consider searching as a form of a transversal in a graph, an uninformed search algorithm would blindly transverse to the next node in a given manner without considering the cost associated with the step. An informed search like BaseFirstSearch, on the other hand, would use an evaluation function to decide which among the various available nodes is the most promising or best before transversing to that node. The BaseFirstSearch uses the concept of a priority queue and heuristic search. Search the graph space. The BFS method uses two lists for tracking the transversal, an open list which keeps track of the current nodes available for transversal, and closed list that keeps track of the nodes already traversed. The algorithm for best search, best first search. Number one, create two empty lists, open and close. Second, start from the initial node and put it in the ordered open list. Repeat the next steps until goal node is reached. In the this this statement, there are 5 points. If open list is empty, exit the loop returning false. Nodes and in the open list, close list and কিন্তু দেখি পাইছা? Hello? Hello?
Visible, visible.
Yes, sir. The fourth point is if n is not the goal node, expand node n to generate the intermediate next node linked to node n and add all those to the open list. Reorder the nodes in the open list in ascending order according to an evaluation function. The algorithm will traverse the shortest path first in the queue. The complexity of the algorithm is given by O log close. The first best first search. The two variants of best first search are greedy first search and A star best first search. The greedy BFS algorithm selects the path which appears to be the best. It can be known as the combination of depth first search and breadth first search. Greedy BFS makes function and search and allow us to take advantage of both algorithms. There are various ways to identify the best node for these advantages. The disadvantage of BFS is that, hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes,
Oh,
Divyansh.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay. Okay, Victor.
Yes, yes. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, visible.
Yes, Victor, yes.
So, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victor Sharmachaji. I'm from Integrated MSc IT 5th Sem, and I'm going to deliver a presentation, and the topic is Base First Search in Artificial Intelligence. Greedy based first search algorithm always selects the path which appears best at that moment. It is the combination of depth first search and breadth first search algorithm. It uses the heuristic function and search. Best first search allows us to take the advantages of both algorithms. With the help of base first search, at each step we can choose the most promising node. In the based first search algorithm, we expand the node which is closest to the goal node, and the closest cost is estimated by heuristic function, that is f of n equals to g of n, where f of n is estimated cost from node n to the goal. The greedy based first algorithm is implemented by the priority queue. Base first search algorithm steps. Step 1, place the starting node into the open list. Step 2, if the open list is empty, stop and return failure. Step 3, remove the node n from the open list which has the slowest value of h of n and places it in the closest list. Step 4, expand the node n and generate the successor of node n. Step 5, check each successor of node n and find whether any node is a goal node or not. If any successor node is goal node, then return success and terminate the search, else proceed to step 6. Step 6, for each successor node, algorithm checks for evaluation function f of n and then check if the node has been in either open or closed list. If the node has not been in both lists, then add it to the open list. Step 7, return to the step 2. Advantages. Based first can switch between BFS and DFS by gaining the advantages of both the algorithm. This algorithm is more efficient than BFS and DFS algorithm. Disadvantages: it can behave as an unguided depth first search. In the worst case scenario, it can get stuck in a loop as DFS. That's all for thank you.
Gautam, can I start? Hello?
Yes, Anjali, you can start. Thank you, Victor.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So I think time is over.
Yes, sir. Time is over, sir.
Sansari,
Yes, sir.
now you decide what to do.
Sir, बोल लेती हूँ.
Sir, মোৰো বাকী আছে। So, মানে নেটৱৰ্কৰ কাৰণে মই ভালকে প্ৰেজেন্ট কৰিব পৰা নাছিলো।
মোৰো এইফালে
বহুতৰ
নাই.
বাকী আছে।
Sir, next Friday লৈ ল'ব।
Next
sir,
Friday
next.
ঠিক আছে, next Friday topic বেলেগ থাকিব। There will be a different topic.
নহ'লে next class.
Next classত এটা কাম কৰিবা, তোমালোক ইজনে যিটো টপিক আমাৰ হেৰিয়ত দিয়া আছে, whatever the
মোৰো
topic.
আছে ছাৰ, মোৰো আছিল।
Yeah. Please listen first.
মোৰো বাকী আছিলে মানে
শুনা।
মানে ছাৰ চবৰ কমপ্লিট নহয় মানে
Yeah.
বহুত আছে ন ছাৰ।
So do one thing. The next class means today. I think from 2:10. What you do, the topic that is assigned in ADVMS, the guys who left now, you will start. Okay, you'll first suppose Sanchari and then.
सर मेरा तो क्लास होगा ना तब WT का.
Oh, acha. You not belong to ADVMS, na? You are not part of our family, na? Okay. No problem. If anyone from these left students,
Yes, sir.
if they have, yeah, then he or she can start with that topic. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
And about the others, about the rest, on the next
सर एक
Friday.
काम कर सकते हैं सर, मैं मनोज सर को बोल के प्रेजेंटेशन दे दूंगी, तब बाद में ज्वाइन कर लूंगी WT क्लास.
अरे नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. You don't need to do that. Okay, on the next Friday. Next Friday, কি করিবা? What you will do? You will start from the beginning. Okay, no problem. Again, you will get 1 week for that next week. Okay. যিসকলে পোৱা নাই আজি সেইসকলে next Friday তোমালোকে start কৰি দিবা. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. Thank you all. Thank you,
Yes,
Gautam.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So we'll
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.